What's going on, everybody? I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Ryan. I'm a HVAC technician. I do telecommunication air conditioning at the moment, meaning cell phone towers. I've done residential my whole life. Well, since 2012. Started doing residential in 2012. Did some commercial, never did refrigeration. I never wanted to do refrigeration. And then, about a year and a half ago, I found this place, and been loving it so far. Like I said, it's telecommunication, so it's mostly cell phone towers out in the middle of nowhere, or some towers are on top of high-rise condominiums. Some are, just on top of regular buildings and restaurants, so stuff like that. Let's see. I work for a company who we serve one cell phone company. Obviously, there's like Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, Cricket, all those. We serve AT&T only. We work for them only. We have a AI contract, an all-inclusive contract with them, and to do the maintenance and service work on them. We don't do installs. That gets contracted out to another vendor, and then I'm responsible for the repairs and maintenances after they install it. I work in the Southwest Florida market. I'm born and raised here in Southwest Florida anyways, Cape Coral, Fort Myers. I cover about a 400-mile radius in a circle, from Clearwater all the way down the coast to Marco Island, all the way over to the other end of Alligator Alley, all the way up to Okeechobee, Lake Placid on the west side of Okeechobee. Some central Okeechobee, but normally the guy on the other coast takes care of that. All the way up to Bradenton, Palmetto, Lake Placid, like I said, then straight line back over to just under Clearwater. That's where I stop at. I'm on call 24/7, 365. I get 6 days off a year, but never really a day off because I'm on call 24/7, 365, and I'm the only one in this market that works this market. I don't have any backup or help. My closest help is like 2.5 hours away. That's typically just how it is. We cover a pretty big area, each one of us. There's probably only 8 of us that work in. There's only 8 of us that work in Florida, I believe, give or take. But I work for a company that we do the work in 13 different other states. So we have the market in Florida, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, parts of Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, and that's what we do. We take care of the HVAC equipment for that mobility provider, and that's it. I'm 29 years old. Been doing air conditioning since 2012, about 8 years now. I love it. Air conditioning is great. I absolutely love air conditioning. There's other things that make it, can make it frustrating, but that's just, whole nother story. Every market has its ups and downs. So you sign up for it, you know what it is. So I think that might wrap it up. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. Please subscribe and click the notification bell if you like the content. I do my best to provide as much as possible. I do shoot videos more for the already knowledgeable in the HVAC trade. It's not so much for beginners. I might not always explain things the way that from beginning to end. I kind of just show or do, and then but like I said, feel free to ask questions. I'm very open to comments and concerns, questions, anything like that. I take criticism pretty well. No need to be rude and cuss and all that nonsense, but yeah, and that's it for that. I'm also going to show you guys kind of like my truck and what I keep on it, and the tools that I use just for this job. I have a lot of tools that I don't keep on this truck because the equipment that I work on is it's in very bad shape for the most part. Most of it is wall-mounted package units, so we don't really do the subcooling and superheat anymore on those. I do have a few split systems. If I want to check it, I check it, but I don't even keep my Testo kit on my truck anymore. Like I said, I don't want to use that good equipment on my good tools on this crappy equipment. So I have backup, just a regular set of analog gauges and a meter with a temperature clamp, and I'll do it that way if I need to, if I feel the need to. But most of the time I just do non-invasive checks. If all vital signs check out, I don't typically go ahead and check the refrigerant charge. I just do the basic check contactor, capacitor, amperage, and that sort of thing on, and clean the coils on a maintenance. So we'll get ahead with some of the tools I like to keep on my truck. I'm a very efficient guy, so I like things to be handy, and if they can have multiple uses, all the better. First, we'll start with the Milwaukee shop vac. Very handy. I have quite a few sites that are on high rises, so just a lot easier to use that. Carry that up. It's pretty lightweight. Got an M12 battery for it, or 9.0, I can't remember. And then for my nighttime work, I'm not a big fan of the headlamps, though I do keep 2 of them on my truck. I like to use this little extendable, it's called the Red Rocket. It's also made by Milwaukee. It extends up, as you can see, head rotates. It's fully rotationable. It stops there, stops here, but you just turn it whichever way you want it. But yeah, that's what I like to use for nighttime work. It's got a little tripod that it sits on. It's M12. Most of the tools I use are M12. I think that the vacuum pump, vacuum shop vac is the only thing that I have M18. We'll come in here. I like to keep all my tools and batteries in here, chargers. I like to keep them in my truck, not in the back or the side panels. So like I said, I just got a couple M12 batteries, some 4.0s, 6.0. That's a cool little charger. I also got another charger here, and then I got the dual charger. It's kind of a knockoff charger. I messed up somewhere along the line and ordered it. And then I got a Bad Mama Jamma to run that shop vac. That makes it pull really good. I also keep a 4.0 as backup. I got a 2.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and another 4.0. I also keep a Sawzall kit. Keep a step bit in there, and obviously wood Sawzall blades, metal Sawzall blades. There's also a drill bit in there I can see hanging around. And then, like I said, I use just about M12 everything. So if I use a drill, it's going to be the trigger control. The Milwaukee Fuel. It's a little beat up. She's a little old, but I keep that extension on there so I can just swap the bits out. I'll show you guys here in a second what I mean. And then I got the kit, so I'm gonna keep a bigger step bit just on there, on the hammer drill. It's got the different settings, 1 and 2. Hammer drill. I also keep the Sawzall hacksaw. This isn't the fuel version. This is just a regular one I got a long time ago. Just haven't had the need to upgrade on it yet. It's always done the job for me. Very nice for compact cutting. You got to cut a condenser fan shaft off because the blade won't come off, or you got, in some of mine, the fan shrouds are sideways, so that bolt gets real rusty. I know that sometimes you'll get lucky and snap it off with just your drill, but most of the time you got to cut it off. And then I keep a heat gun, even though I don't follow many coils. Just turn that back into there. It all fits in here nice and snug. So there's that. Right there. Those are fine. I like these gloves. The company provides gloves, but they provide some pretty crappy ones. I like these ones. The 6mm. It's pretty good. It's a lot better than the other ones that my finger just tends to poke through just trying to put it on. Let's see here. I was talking about keep that on there. But this is the reason right here. This is my favorite, probably one of my favorite multi-tools. So I just keep the Malco 1/4 inch 5/16. Snap it off and just plop it on here, or any one of these bits. Snap right into there. This is a very awesome tool. I love it. I do use hand tools quite a bit. A lot more lately, I should say. This is a tamper-proof setting. That's why they got the little holes in them. I'll have to take a video of, if you guys don't know what I mean by tamper-proof bit. Actually, I think I got some screws back here. I could just show you real quick. Yeah. Maybe not. Not right now. But that's that. I use that for the most part. That's what I carry just for a PM. This, my meter. I don't even take the bag out. Just it's just some little bag I picked up just because it's to store these tools. Like I said, this job, I'm not using nothing nice really. I mean, obviously I use Milwaukee, but Klein, stuff like that. Field piece, amp probe, whatever. Fluke. So this is one of my favorite combinations. As you can see, it's got all different size bits on there. Works well for what I do. May not be for what you do, but it works stupendous for me. I keep the amp probe ACD 14 Pro. It's a great meter, I love it. I keep multiples on here. Milwaukee wire strippers, multi-strippers, needle nose pliers, crimpers, and they can cut those little, I think it's for like ground wire, I believe. Just stick it through there and chop it off. Maybe mistaken on that. And then I keep an actual pair of crimpers because you're supposed to use, sorry, anyways. That's that. I keep a heavy duty carabiner on here. I also have a lighter one, but this one's good for 3,600 pounds. Lift up the ass into this truck with it. Come in here. A thermostat screwdriver that Klein makes. It's great. It's got the swivel head on there, so you can just put it right here and twist, 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 twist. Keep insulated screwdrivers only, 1,000-volt insulated. Got a Milwaukee kit. I bought the big kit. Came with like 10, 11 of them. I'm gonna keep the actual breaker screwdriver as well. And we got a flathead too. So. Can't read the number, but all insulated. I don't trust anything, so I keep 11/32 Craftsman nut driver with a hollow shaft. Works perfect for condenser fan motors, like those universal ones that come with the real long shafts. Just goes right over it, tighten the nut down, and then snap the extra shaft off. I'm gonna come over here. My favorite, probably one of my favorite tools that I found ever is this gear wrench, quad box wrench. 3/8, 1/2 inch, 5/16 and 7/16, reversible ratcheting, both ends. Great for set screws, great for the condenser fan bolts. 5/16 for tight places like on condensers that are mounted up against the wall. Just very, very handy, multiple uses for it. Obviously keep a magnet. I keep a Schrader tool in here, the Appion, with the micron gauge attachment. Keep a Schrader, the JB Industries locking cap tool. All three of them are just inside of here, but it's got all three of those in there. Keep some Nylog red, squeegee, Milwaukee copper cutters. I love these because it's 1 1/8 to 1/8 inch to 1 1/8. Very small, but do very big work. I keep 3 different. This is a 5/32 Allen wrench for set screws on some of the condenser fan motors I work with. I keep a very small crescent wrench. I also keep 2 more 6 inches. I also have this Malco Connects with a reversible tip on it. That's a Phillips. It's also got the flathead on the other side. That's just gonna be a pain. So that one's always pretty handy to keep as well. I keep this. See that tamper proof again? Just has all the bits that I need, just like in that kit that I showed you. I'm just a big fan of keeping backups. As you can see, it's got the indents in all of them. There's just a few of them. It doesn't have all the sizes that I need. That's why I keep that bigger one. This is just a backup. Mega Pro. And then I keep this on here sometimes for the dual blower motors. Normally I just use that quad box wrench I showed you, but throw a 3/8 inch, a 3/8 nut driver in here, attach that to your drill. It'll allow you to get that space you need on these dual shaft motors. Keep a 1/2 inch socket down there, some other size sockets, 7/16 and 3/8 I believe. And here I keep some more bits, 3/8, 7/16, 1/4 inch. So number 3, number 2 square, 6 inch Phillips, 6 inch extension, 3 inch Phillips, Schrader cores, you know, just wire terminals, extra screws. These are good connectors when you're doing high voltage. I like the insulated ones. The company actually stopped using them and sent us these, but I had an excess of the males, so I'm gonna try to use, I like plug and play connections over everything, so I try to plug and play as much as possible. So that's that. Oh, we'll get into this box real quick. I keep bunch of extra gear too, extra meters. This is for cutting and splicing your own communication cable, Ethernet cable. There's the little connectors I keep with it. Here's the little tool to test where the short is, where it's open, where it's miswired. It helps. I need it for what I do. Like I said, I keep a bunch of meters. Got the Fluke, what is this? 324. Yeah. I also have the Field Piece SC260. I just keep all these as backups. I got another breaker, screwdriver, another pair of crimpers, old pair of wire strippers, another tape measure. This also, here's another one of those gear wrench quad box wrenches. Came with that littler one that I had. 9/16, 11/16, 5/8 and 3/4. All ratcheting and all reversible. I don't use these bigger ones that much. But I have some cushion grip screwdrivers that I never use. that's pretty much it for that. Inside of here, that box pretty much never gets used ever. It's just in case I lose my crimpers or the meter fails on me. I'll come over here to the side. Here's my refrigerant scale. Keep a box of bus fuses back there. Really cool. This is provided by them. Like I said, I actually have all my own equipment. They provided certain things, so I just chose to use theirs. I keep a pro flush kit that I'll never use because I don't believe in flush, but the company likes me to keep it on there. That's great. Got my leak detector. Use the back rack informant tube. Comes with the combustible gas tip as well as the refrigerant infrared. Yeah, and that's it. This is the one I use. Works great. Never let me down yet. I keep some communication cable, Ethernet cable, to cut and splice my own connections when something goes wrong. This is just a little attachment for my shop vac to get way back down into those A coils or V coils, whatever you want to call them. And then up here I keep some coil, leak detector fluid, bubbles. It's all the new Calgon stuff. Just have it rotated. There you go. Keep some bug spray, some more coil. That's some of the best stuff I've ever used. Heard the Jack of all sprays as really well as too. Keep some Rust-Oleum, high heat for the compressors. That I never use, hence why it's still there. Keep all my fittings down here. It's not that hard to determine what size is which, so I just keep them all together in one box. This is condenser bolts only. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of prefab bolts that I have ready to go. Change a lot of them. This is just a bunch of miscellaneous screws, bolts, electrical connectors, EMT, excess freaking conduit strapping, just all that good stuff. More electrical connectors, butt connectors. These are the compressor terminals we use. And it's starting to rain on me. Another lovely day. What else is new? I keep some wet rag as well. Sawzall blades, grinder blades. Sometimes I have to cut cabinets open to get access. I keep the spin flaring and spin swaging kit back in there as well. A little thing of electrical connectors, and I keep some plugs for drain lines and compressors. And that one. Over here we got our PVC with our tape. It's another fitting for my shop vac. I actually need to take this piece off, and then this piece will go right over 3/4 inch PVC. You hook up right up to your drain line with a nice tight connection. This is all 3/4 inch self tappers. I actually don't know why, that's a waste of space. And I keep my other electrical connections in here. The same, those blue ones that you saw, more butt connectors, and these Badman Majamas. Those will save you, for sure. And here, I'm gonna bring some of this stuff inside because it's starting to rain on me. Some of this stuff is personal, like I'll never use this, but they were given to me, so I'm gonna keep those for, you know, some use. Nitrogen guns. Keep solenoid valves. Magnets for your solenoid valves. Don't use them very much in this job anymore. Here's my nitrogen regulator. I use the NRP one. It's nice. I like this one. I like that you can see the little bubble, little bead in there. To each their own. There's a million of them. Another thing in Nylog. A filter dryer for when I'm recovering refrigerant. And then I have a few more Appion tools, Schrader core tools. Then I have one Appion Schrader core tool for mini splits. I also have your car adapters for your AC in your vehicle. Quick couplers with the ports on them. Keep a couple ball valves. That one's a male ball valve, but then these are for quick connect gauges. Actually picked up a new set, but then I don't need them anymore. I got a couple of these guys, the JB cores, and a couple 3/8 caps, normally for my vacuum pump. And this this little fitting right here is 1/4 inch to 3/8. So say you only have a 1/4 inch, say you don't have a 3/8 inch port on your vacuum pump, you just have a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, use the 1/4 inch side and you can run a 3/8 hose. Or you can just get the refrigerant hoses now that are 3/8 on one end and 1/4 inch on the other. And these are just blowback valves. So that's that. Yeah, never goes back in. I shouldn't have took it all out. That'll do for that one. Keep a CO2 gun in here, blow out drain lines. And then here's my other refrigerant kit. Here's my one that I've been using for recovering. Keep a little hose, and then it comes with those 2 little hoses. The shorter hoses, the better. And then this obviously just has T's, swivel T's. Got another Schrader core thing. Mover, got a couple cores in it. Keep 3/8 gaskets, 1/4 inch gaskets, depressors, flare tights, O-ring gaskets, and you got your single ports. Always keep these things just in case. Schrader core removers, just a bunch of caps. There's a lot of miscellaneous refrigerant, you know, accessories. There's that. And these are fuses, inline fuses. See if one will come out singly. Yep. Put a little 5 amp or 3 amp, 2 amp fuse in there, whichever one you want. I don't use them very much, but we keep them just in case I go to a site and one had it. We'll put new ones in. And if they're the problem, not just because. So that's that side. Get some of this stuff put inside real quick. Stuff's getting rained on. Like I said, just keep a set of analog gauges. Keep the Milwaukee. She'll come out with some ease here. No. The truck's loaded down right now, but I keep a Milwaukee. That's the little portable dolly that Milwaukee keeps. Moves compressors really well. The back of the truck's a mess. I'm not gonna show it. When we come over to here, keep thermostats. Use the T4s. Capacitors. Got 5s through 15s. Then here we got 20 through 40. With the exception of this one. Is a 77 through 88. That's for some of those cabinet units that I work on. Contactors, 24 volt coils. Then over here we got standard transformers, 120, 208, 240 with 24 volt secondary voltage. Then I got some 208, 240 volt coils and some 110 volt coils. It's for some of these cabinets that I work on. I have some of our temperature controllers that some of these cabinets use. I've got some fan hubs for replacement blades. I just keep an assortment of relays, lockout relays. Let's see, you got the 9340 there, 9370, and then the 9340 here, locking relays. Keep a couple compressor modules, time delays, just in case. Some R22 low and high pressure switches, R410A low and high pressure switches. Sometimes some of these units have the Renko controllers, the NEMAX 4s. So keep a few of those on the truck. And then line dryers, 163s, Parker, Sporlan. 163s, and we keep the smaller ones as well, the 83s. Then here we got more caps. This is going to be 45 through 55, and down here is just 60s. Up here is just 70s, and then 80s. Keep some copper right here, just along the edge. This is miscellaneous parts. Extra high voltage wire, low voltage wires, some capacitors that I tested that were still good, but I found just laying around. So I picked those up because they're good. They're the Jared, whatever it just said. That's pretty much it. For the tools that I use on a daily basis. Oh yeah, it's starting to rain. Heavy clouds. But yeah, for the most part, that's what I do. If I didn't clarify anything or answer any questions you may have, please feel free to ask. And I'll be happy to get those taken care of for you. And hope everybody has a good day and take it easy.